Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. If you like the content, hit the subscribe button, leave a like down below. Now, there's a rumor going around that Cody Rhodes is going to be the cover star, and that would be awesome for Cody and wrestling fans that are in the current know-how of wrestling. I feel like he definitely has earned it. He's the biggest babyface in the company. It would just be awesome. And if they are going to position him to beat Roman for that championship at Mania, it makes sense to have him on the cover. Because if he beats that super long title reign, he's the one to dethrone Roman, then you're gonna want him on the cover because you're like, he's the guy that beat Roman. It's gonna make media, it's gonna break Twitter, it's gonna be all over the place. Roman Reigns finally loses the title. Who's the guy that did it? He's on the cover of 2K24. Why not? It's a great way to get him out there to people that don't know. I mean, if you're a wrestling fan, you know who Cody Rhodes is. But if you're a casual wrestling fan or have fell out of being a wrestling fan for a while, we've all done it at some point where we just stopped watching and then something brought us back. Then you're like, oh, somebody ended Roman Reigns' title reign? Like, I mean, there are some people that probably gave up watching wrestling because they're tired of Roman being champion. Just saying. Anyway, so that would be a great thing for Cody to be on the cover and the company in general, especially if they're going to put the belt on. Now, we also have The Rock showing up. And everybody knows who The Rock is. He's in Hollywood, he was in wrestling, he's been all over the place, social media. You have to live in the middle of nowhere and not have access to any internet to not know who The Rock is. So if they put The Rock on the cover, that's like a no-brainer. And I could see that happening because he's the freaking Rock, right? And it's been a while since he's been on the cover. I think it was 2K14, which I believe was the first one that 2K put their name on, right? It was the first one under the 2K umbrella when THQ went under and they had to sell the rights to the wrestling games. So The Rock being on the cover makes sense. And I think The Rock might be the showcase star. I mean, as far as I know, I don't think he's ever had a showcase. I was hoping it'd be The Undertaker because that would be really, really cool. But if they're really pushing The Rock this year, I mean, he's had an amazing career. So has Undertaker, so has Stone Cold. But I feel like if The Rock is the showcase star, then he's definitely going to be on one of the covers. The cool thing about how they're doing the covers every year is there's multiple versions of it, right? You got the base one, the deluxe one, and then the Icon edition. So they could have, I would prefer Cody to be on the Icon edition, but they probably have Cody on the base edition, and then The Rock on the deluxe, or Cody on the base and deluxe, and then The Rock on the Icon edition because he's the major the major big huge star that's been around forever. And now there's two other people that could also be on the cover for reasons. Roman Reigns, his title reign, his demeanor, his character work, everything he's done in the last, since the pandemic. He could easily be on the cover. He's your biggest champion. He's breaking records. Everybody in the wrestling world knows who Roman is. Everybody can't wait for him to lose the belt, or is wondering and speculating who will beat him for the belt. Hopefully it's Cody, not The Rock. He could easily be on the cover. I think a cool thing they could do for the cover with Roman is, but then it'd be kind of like a dead giveaway of what's going to happen at Mania, but a cool way to do the cover would be both champions. They have Roman Reigns on one side, kind of like they did with the SmackDown versus Raw cover for I forget what year that was, but it was Batista and John Cena facing each other both on the same cover, I think that'd be cool to have the two biggest stars of both brands. They could have Roman Reigns, I would say Cody, but he's not the champion, so it would have to be Seth. It could be Seth and Roman Reigns on the cover because they're the current champions. I would prefer Cody and Roman Reigns doing a stare down on the cover. That'd be kind of cool. But then that, like I said, that's kind of a giveaway of what they're planning for WrestleMania, unless it's Rock versus Roman. There's so many different ways that WrestleMania can go this year. It's pretty exciting. Now, another star that could easily be on the cover because he's selling the most merch right now and the fans are going nuts at his return and everybody can't get enough of him, is CM Punk. Another huge recognizable name in the wrestling world he could also be on the deluxe or icon edition. We could have 3 or 4 different stars on the cover this year. There's too many huge names in WWE to just have one, in my opinion. So here's what I think is going to happen, and I feel bad for Cody because, you know, I feel like he's going to get the short end of the stick in this situation unless he's winning the championship. So here's my final guesses. I think Cody's going to be on the base game. I think CM Punk is going to be on the deluxe cover. And I think The Rock is going to be on the Icon Edition. And the pre-order bonuses, I would assume or think, would be probably CM Punk. They're going to want him in there right away. And what better way, because then you could still charge for him. Because if you don't pre-order it, you don't get him unless you pay extra, right? It's an easy win to get money for Punk and to get people to buy the game early. And then some other, they might include like Jade or something. I think Jade will be a DLC later in the year, like way later, like probably the July release, kind of like they did with Bray Wyatt, because they want to get the people to know her a little bit first before they throw her in the game. And you're like, what's her moveset, all this stuff. Some people think she's not going to be in the game at all. I think Jade will be in the game, but late. If she misses the game this year, that's a huge L, I think, for 2K and stuff. Anyway, so this is the cover stars I think will be on the game. I do think Cody will be on the game in some fashion on the cover. Maybe they'll have reversible covers like they did with, 2K14, where you could have Daniel Bryan or The Rock. That'd be kind of cool. Who do you think should be the cover star? Who do you want to be the cover star? Sound off in the comments below. Thank you for watching, and stay frosty.